Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Space Engineers. In today's episode, we're in a little bit of a different place. This is my creative world where I do all of my tutorial series on. And, well, we're here for a specific reason. The gondola that we were making yesterday, I needed a mechanism that would apply pressure to the left and the right consistently with each other. And I needed to turn a rotational action like this into a linear straight action. And I've been trying and experimenting with different ways of doing that. First, I started out with this little mechanism right here that uses thrusters. And if I turn on this thruster, oops, might be this one. There we go. You'll see that it goes back, but it's just so, well, not straight. And the reason is because I can't have one rotor do the opposite of the other rotor beneath it without having those rotors turned on, which is really annoying and very frustrating. The second method I tried was over here, and it was to just have this motion right here with, well, I mean, you could probably tell it didn't work out. Essentially, this butt right here would be pressed up against the wheel, and whenever any pressure was applied this direction, this would bend backwards and allow it to hit it. However, it also is very uncontrollable. So then I moved on to this method. I thought, what if I had a hinge, right? It would take up less space, and then I had this right here. Well, this doesn't work because it's just too floppy. So I took that design, this one right here, and I tried to evolve it. And I did a double wishbone suspension system right here with this to connect it to each other. And I haven't tried this yet. I haven't actually turned all of the strength off and all the rotors yet. So this would be our first time seeing it together. But essentially, it should work. And I've done a lot of stuff to this to try to, because I'm nearly positive this will work. I've done so much work to it. So we're going to go into the rotors now. Here we go. Well, it didn't explode. That's important. So these two rotors right here are actually applying constant pressure to this right here at 10,000 newtons. And these rotors right here at the end are just to make it a little less scratchy when it's pressing up against it. So it has the ability to roll. Pretty much just allows it to push this way. Now, the problem that I'm probably going to have is the second I release these two, right? This and this hinge, it's probably either going to go this way, or it's just going to mess up. So I'm actually going to create a blueprint really quickly, just in case. Exaggerous, make sure to blur the blueprints out. I don't want the people to see it. And now I'm going to go to hinge. Oh yeah, before I do anything else, if I turn this off, then you'll see it no longer is applying pressure. But if I turn it back on, goes back to applying pressure. And it's not a lot of pressure, by the way. It's not a lot of pressure. All right, to the hinges. You ready? Okay, we're going to do it. I'm not going to say it wasn't completely unpredictable. I'm not going to say that. But I expected something like this to happen. Yeah, it just completely caved forward. That's not good. Not enough pressure was applied this direction to keep it from falling forward. If more pressure was applied, maybe it wouldn't. So I'm going to go back to the hinges. I'm just going to go on to one. I'm going to increase the torque. And I'm just going to bring it back up. So in this position here, essentially what I'm hoping for is if I lower the strength of the wheel, it should act like a spring. The only way to get a perfectly straight motion is to do it like this. The only problem with this is these don't move opposite of each other. If they moved exactly opposite of each other, it'd be a more straight movement. However, they don't. So it makes it more of a floppy movement. I'm gonna quickly spawn in a ship. All right, this is one of my best miners that I have. I'm just gonna quickly bring it up, and I'm gonna push against this middle section to apply a little bit more pressure. Ooh. Oh, it's kind of working. I don't think it's practical, though. I don't think we can actually use this. Yeah, it's not going to work. Sadly, it's just not going to work. Even though this system does seem to work, it's just not practical in the sense that it's such a big mechanism to put into place. I just don't think it'll work out. Maybe if I got rid of this secondary wishbone system and just made it come straight up and then go to this little floppy mechanism here, because this would be more likely to actually work if I just had this stiff and stuck to 0 degrees vertical. It should work that way. I just don't know if that's practical enough though, because applying constant pressure is good, but as you can see from this braking, I don't trust this, right? All right, so I've been thinking about it a lot, and I don't think I'm going to go with large grid items. I think I'm going to go with small grid blocks. So we're going to redo the entire gondola. I'm not going to make you guys sit through it because you guys already watched me make this gondola. So I'm just going to grind this down or just set it aside. I'll just set it aside for now because maybe we do use it in the future. I'm not entirely sure. But for now, I'm just going to set it aside over here, and we're going to work on a different gondola. I'll skip to when it's ready. Whoa. I'll catch you guys when I'm done. All right, the big reveal. Ba-ba-boom. So this is what I've gotten done so far. I know it's not like the other one. This one's a little bit more flexible because it actually adjusts to the actual thing. But I just thought this would be a little bit more practical. Because this will, like, this can rotate and this can rotate, meaning that when it goes around corners, it can flex at the front and it can flex at the back. So it shouldn't get caught on corners. Some of the problems that I'm gonna have with this though is since it is small grid, it's gonna be very difficult to actually keep it going all the way down the line. And this right here is also a big problem. So piston, let me turn that on and retract. Let me go to piston and turn it off and then go to landing gear and unlock it. So yeah, I had a problem with that. There's also the problem that there's not enough space in the middle for it to, whoa. Did you guys see that explosion? That's cool. There's not enough space in the middle for this 1x1 block. So I'm gonna have to switch that out for this half block. Like so. So hopefully I can drive it forward enough to where I can replace it and then go down the line with it. Shouldn't be too difficult. I'm pretty sure I should be able to do it. The problem is if I get rid of this whatsoever, it's going to be a pain to get back onto this. So I need to weld all this up. I need to weld up all of the rotors. I need to figure out which wheel's what. And I need to add the cabin. So the cabin essentially is going to just be a hanging cabin, and it's going to be a swinging cabin as well. Because I have these hinges here. And what the hinges will do is they'll keep the cabin, like the cabin can sway at the edges. So it'll absorb some of the momentum when it goes around corners. So that should be good. So let me get everything welded up and we will be right back. All right, so we have the majority of the actual gondola itself done. Now we just have to work on actually getting it moving. Once we get it moving, I can actually work on getting the buttons to do exactly what they need. I can get it onto this and then I can redo this part. There is an issue that I'm probably going to run into, and that is actually making the corners. Not sure how I'm going to do that yet. Because I believe the second that I change it to like go left, I'll have to have it like 90% left and then have this one go left a little bit later. I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to accomplish that yet, so I'm going to have to think about that. But for now, I definitely can get these buttons done. Whoa, is it rotating? Oh, that's awkward. Oh, it's rotating me for some reason. Now there is a curious part. It could be this that's causing that, or it could be any number of things. I don't know which one's which, so I don't know. This is probably why most people build their trains or gondola systems off of large blocks, because if you try to do small grid like this, there's a lot of strain on the system. I was thinking of a way I could do it, maybe have it come down, up, and towards the middle here, and then come out and then over, and then I can have like landing gear on it. Further down the chain, I'm just not entirely sure exactly how I'm going to go about doing all of this. what I do know is that I need to put, I need to get these wheels working. So let me grab out the button panel, number 9, number 8. I'll place it right here. I need the materials. Do I have the materials? I'll try to put it right here. So that way I can like look forward and look backwards whenever I'm doing this. Okay. It should be the made ones. Let's see. Which one is this? Let's turn it off. Plus, let's do 2 because that's what I did on the other one. And that seemed to work. That's gondola right. So we'll do G, F, R. That's gondola front right. And then what's this one? -2. This needs to be set to -2 as well, because that's forward. And we'll have the braking torque set to 4,700. So Control C, Control V. All right, braking torque, we'll set that to 4,700. And then let's see here. Is it turned off? It is. Okay. Let's turn it on for a second. Okay, it's one of the ones on the back. Which one is it? It's this one, I believe. So that's gondola back right. There we go. Gondola back right. Yep, pretty sure. And which direction does it need to go? I think it needs to go -2. Yeah, -2. All right. Let's see here. Now we're going to need this one. What is this one? Turn it off. -2. Control V. And Bob. Okay, let's go over here and see if it's one of the front ones. That's front left. I think it's front left. Front left. And then the last one, which should be this one right here. Let's just check to make sure. Turning it off. -2. And turn on. Yep. And we need to switch that. So reverse it to 2. There we go. Now all of them should be set up. So if I toggle them on. Yeah. They all want to move forward. Which is apparently bad and not good. Okay. Yeah, that's not good at all. Why is it doing that? That's not good. Oh, you know what? I need artificial gravity blocks. Oh, I've never made a gravity generator, have I? Okay, let's grab a gravity generator really quickly and we'll go slap it down inside of our base. I'll slap it down over here on the left of, or behind this. And let's see if we can't weld that up because I need artificial gravity. All right, so we welded up the gravity generator halfway. We have all the materials crafting. Now I just got to figure out how I'm going to fix this because this thing is shifting like crazy and great. Now it's completely off track. That is really annoying. All right, well, let me set it up into a group just for ease of access. We'll have yellow for reverse, red for stop, and green for go. I want them to be a little bit shinier, so we'll use the clean armor block. There we go. I think it looks a little bit better. I'm pretty sure I can make 3 different groups, right? So rotors move G. Rotors on off. Start gondola on. And then we'll have start gondola off. And we'll also have reverse gondola. All right, now I can set them all up individually. There we go. Now that's all set up. We should be able to see it when we look at it. Start gondola off, reverse gondola. Nice. So I guess because there's not enough clearance right here where the wheels are, that it's just freaking out. Also, like doing this weird dance move. There we go. Now we have all the gravity comp. I should be able to make it no problem. There we go. Some real gravity. Finally. Oh, it's been so long since we've actually had real gravity. That feels good. I like it. Being able to actually fall is nice. All right, we need artificial gravity blocks. Oh, I guess they're just called artificial mass. I need gravity comp, so I'm gonna have to go out here to the big ship because it has all my special components in it. All right, we're gonna put one at the back and one at the front. So one right here, one underneath this button panel. Oh, okay, there we go. Putting some artificial mass on it should make it a little bit better. Put a little bit more weight on it would be nice. There we go. Now I should be able to weld this up. All right. And start gondola. Stop gondola. Start gondola. Stop gondola. That's a pain. All right, we'll try reversing the gondola really quickly to see if we can't reset. So toggle lock on, reverse. Toggle block, reverse. Was it just stuck, or what's your problem? All right, so we're gonna grind this down, and it hopefully should drop and not explode. Have I talked about my constant fear of explosions? There we go. Now that it's dropped, it should be a lot easier to manipulate around. Wait a second. Oh yeah, I have it reversed. Okay. Okay, it's working now, which is good. I could probably speed it up some, but for now I'm going to keep it on the slow boat. All right, it finally reached the edge right here, and it doesn't seem to want to ramp up it. Of course, there's no friction applied to the wheels as much as it could be if I actually applied friction to these wheels through the context menu. So, I mean, I'm fine with dropping this all down just one more. I don't think that's too big of a deal. Have this as like a stop section. I'll just reverse it really quickly. I'm probably going to need to increase the speed of this thing tremendously once I actually get everything ready. Energy low. I've heard that so much. She never shuts up. All right, I'm going to grind all this down, and I'm going to... Oh, yeah. I should probably just, like, let it go to the back while I grind all this down. Increase the distance. I'll have to create its first turn soon to see how it takes it. Because if it doesn't take the first turn good, then I'm probably going to have to redo the whole thing. Ah. So I went with this design for simplicity's sake, but I will try in the future to build a much more complicated version. I just got to flush out exactly how it's going to work. And I'll try to build it for large grid blocks, since that's it's so much easier to do large grid blocks than this. This takes forever. So if I can get it to work on large grid blocks, that shouldn't be too big of a deal. I mean, the same concept like this, except for one block, and then have like the same sort of like turning thing right here. Probably just have one block in the middle, have the wheels like this, two rotors on either side, except the wheels are connected in the middle. And there's just a large wheel on the outside, and then just small wheels on the inside. And, you know, that should work. Have it the same setup. It should be able to easily go around corners. But for now, this is what we have, so we got to work with it as we are able to. I'm going to increase the speed really quickly to around 5 on each rotor, and I'll be right back, and we'll try it out and see if it works. All right, now we go to Gondola Flex 1 and Gondola Flex 2, and we just completely get rid of the torque. I also want to displace the rotors as far as I possibly can. There we go. And let's do it. Still smooth, I like it. Reverse. Yeah, it's not too bad. I think this is a really good system. Probably not the best system. There's probably a better way of doing this. But for now, you know, this isn't too bad. I think it's a pretty good system. But that'll do it for this episode, guys. I hope you enjoyed. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.